It's really no mystery the importance of health and fitness in human beings across the board, across the world. That's not even going to be part of what I'm talking about. I think that's pretty well understood. We need to work out, take care of ourselves, eat good to prolong our life and live the best life we possibly can. I know you all would agree with me. Nobody's going to sit here and tell me, no, working out's not good for me. Eating good isn't good for me. We all know that. Now, not everybody does it, but in the end, we all know this is what we should be doing to live the best life we possibly can. And this does not just abide to adults. This starts with the youth, with our kids, with the generation that's going to be taken over when we're long and gone, with our little precious angels, our sons, our daughters, grandkids, the future of the world. And we need to be setting those examples for them, especially when it comes to understanding the importance of taking care of yourself. Especially at that age, they really don't know. They don't know or understand how important it's going to be for them in 20 years. From what they're eating to the activity they're doing to the hygiene. These are all things that they're not born knowing. We know them. We've learned them. We were once kids. It is our duty to be able to teach them these valuable lessons that they're not learning in school. Because it's going to be important as they start to get older with self-confidence, just within general, who they look at themselves as a person. It's very challenging right now for kids, especially when it comes with bullying and other outlets like the internet, where it's extremely easy for somebody to develop that low self-esteem. And there's a lot of reasons why that can happen. One of the main reasons, and I know this because at the gym we have a kids class, and I've been working with kids for a very long time. I have 2 daughters of my own. The number one reason why kids come into the kids class is because they lack self-confidence or they're being bullied. 9 out of 10 times it's because they're overweight. It breaks my heart. It really does. I have a huge passion for helping kids that were bullied because I myself was bullied. I was a smaller kid than the majority of people in my class, and I was picked on for that. I wasn't overweight. I was underweight, which is also a reason why kids get bullied. Is the bullies prey on the weak. Whether you're overweight or underweight, the self-confidence, the way you carry yourself is well noticed. So I think it's extremely important to pay attention to your kid, because they're not really going to verbalize with you what they're struggling with. Sometimes they don't even know how to verbalize it. Or maybe they don't recognize that they're being bullied. They just think their friends are giving them a hard time or playing with them. This adds up. This starts to chop away at their self-esteem. Or they're really getting bullied and they're afraid to tell you because they don't want you to be mad at them. There could be a number of reasons why. But it's very important that we take care of our kids better than we take care of ourselves. So if you yourself aren't eating good and working out, and you're leading that by example, it's going to be hard for your kid to go a different route, especially when they're young and they look to you for everything. They're a sponge, and you're their immediate source for knowledge. So taking care of ourselves is also setting the example for our kids. Now, if you are working out, taking care of yourself, but your kid is struggling with weight or being bullied, it's very important that you pay attention to that and you attack that early on, because as years go by, and it's very difficult, very challenging for a kid to progress to a bigger school, from elementary to middle school to high school, a new friend shift. As they get older, friends, they eventually start to go their separate routes. They develop different interests, and if your child is just not developing that self-confidence, they're gonna have a hard time with it. And especially when they're overweight, that really, really holds a heavy place in my heart, and I really have a passion for that. So I just think it's important for us to take care of ourselves, so that way our kids have a great role model to look up to understand this is something that's a part of life. It's something that we do as human beings to give ourselves the best chance of living our best. Eating right, exercising, whatever that may be. Not all kids are going to like playing football. Not all kids are going to like going and doing gymnastics, and that's okay. Every kid has their personality. It's your job as the parent, our jobs as the parent, to make sure that we find something our kid likes to do. Now, you definitely don't want to keep them from doing things they want to do. That's not at all what you want to do. You want to allow them to still be a kid and do what things they like to do. But you also want to make sure that you're putting them in something that's going to benefit them physically with their health. Whether that be, joining a soccer team, baseball team, basketball, jiu-jitsu school, martial arts, anything. Something that they need to be a part of a team, that community, that sense of where they're accepted, whether they're overweight or underweight. Because when they're in that environment with the right coach, they're going to feel like they're a part of a team, regardless. When somebody feels like they're a part of a team, especially a kid, it does something for the confidence that nothing else can. Not even us as parents. We simply can't instill into them the importance of it until they experience it. Being part of a team, having a coach, having somebody that's there to help you, encourage you, to give you words of wisdom, positivity, have a mentor, for example. Our kids don't listen to us a lot on certain things, but they'll listen to a coach. So it's important that we involve our kids in something that's going to help with their self-esteem early on and let that carry with them into their teens and adulthood. They may not like it now, they may be against it and rebel, but they're going to thank you, or if they don't thank you, they're going to understand when they're older why you did it for them. So when they become parents, they will have that same mentality to do it for them, and that's just an evolving world. Don't let your kid or grandkid or your friends' kids go through that stage of being bullied, of self-esteem issues, leads to depression. It can go on and on from there, but it's not solved early on in life. So take care of yourself, because then it becomes easier to take care of your kid, because you'll understand the virtues and the values of it. You also will be able to lead by example. Okay? This is an important topic. I would like to talk more on it, but I just want you to really understand the importance of health and fitness in you and your kids, or your nephews and nieces. Maybe you don't have kids. There's always eyes on you. There's always eyes on you. And a lot of the times with the youth looking at you, maybe they saw something in you that they really connected with. And you don't know it, because I'm not telling you that. But you're leading somebody by example. So please take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else, specifically the youth. Nobody wants to see their kid be bullied. Nobody wants to have their kid have a hard time in school. And we need to do everything we possibly can to give them all the advantages. And a lot of that's going to start with self-confidence at a young age. So parents, if your kids aren't involved in activity, a physical activity, a part of a team, they're just sitting at home playing video games, eating whatever they want, and you're having a hard time disciplining them or telling them these need to do these things because they're good for them, and they're yelling and fighting and telling you they hate you. And, these are all normal things as a parent, and we all understand that. But we need to make sure that we understand we are the parent. And you have a child because you want to raise them and give them a better life than you did. So you need to make sure that even when it's difficult, you discipline the kids. And I'm not talking about spanking them. I'm talking about disciplining them and letting them understand what you want right now is not what's going to be good for you 20 years from now. I know, because I am 20 years from now, 30 years from now, however old you are, older than your child. So it's going to be important to have those hard lessons taught. We all wish we did if we didn't. Trust me. Learning the hard way is learning. So please take care of yourself so the kids have something to look up to. A good role model. Be that role model. Involve them in activities. Put them around other kids with same goal, same lifestyle, same mentality. That way they feel accepted. Make sure you choose a good coach that understands all that. Okay? There's a lot of people out there that are teaching. Teaching and coaching are two different things. So please, if you're not, I'm not signaling you out, but if I'm talking to you and this is hitting you, then this is the message I wanted to give to you. Take care of yourself. Live the best life. Live as long as you can. Your kids want you around. Your friends and family want you around. And Make sure that your kids are getting the best opportunities they could possibly get, better than you got. You lived their life already. They're living it. So give them that head start. Teach them what you learned. Tell them what not to do. And tell them why you don't want to do this. If it takes effort, well, welcome to parenthood. Day in, day out. It's what we do. It's what we love to do, because when they're older and they no longer live in our house, now they're on their own in the free world. You want to make sure you instilled all of these things, all of these inspirational thought process, instilling all of these lessons that you've taught them to make sure that they have the best opportunity. The world is a world. It's a dirty world. You can't protect them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as they get older. So please take care of your kids, not just raising them and buying them food and putting clothes on their back. Take care of them, the person, the individual, because they're growing, they're learning, they're processing. Take care of them, because I don't like to see a kid come into the gym that's 30 pounds overweight. I can see it, look in their eyes and their body language, and it gets me heavy in my heart. I love to help them. I want to help them. I make it a life goal to specifically help those that are struggling with self-esteem issues, self-confidence. But just like I train people to keep them from going to the doctor, take care of your kids to keep them from having to come to me for that reason. They're going to come to me, make it be for another reason. You want them to learn something, not because they're being bullied if they're overweight. I don't like that to be the starting point. So take care of what you need to take care of for yourself, for your kids, and everything else is going to unfold from there. Please, this is a valuable lesson for all of us, and nobody's exempt from it. So let's do that. If you're not doing it now, it's time to start doing that. The kids are the future. I love kids, and there's nothing more else to say about it. That's it.